guys, it's Valerie here. I'm under my gears because I am outdoors. Yeah, I've mentioned a few times that I live in the countryside, right? And I'm in my garden today. Today it's Friday. I've been doing quite a bit in my garden because I like gardening, right? I love gardening. Yeah. And so what I'm going to show you in this video is how I do a simple planter box. Right now, how I'm doing it here, you can just change the measurements and do whatever size you want for yourself. So I have 2 pieces of wood. This is 1 inch deep, 4 inches by 6 feet. That is how I bought it, and I'm using rough-sawn hemlock. And that is how I'm using it. I'm not cutting anything off because I am realizing that I'm going to need a lot more planting space for everything that I have in the greenhouse and the seeds that I'm putting in, right? And yeah, I have 2 pieces of these. And then I took 1 piece of the same size as this, and I cut it into 2, right? It's gonna be 3 feet wide, and so I'll be able to stay on this side and reach in. I've already tested my reach, right? Because it's gonna be backed up onto the fence here. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to back it up onto the fence. Now I think about it, I'm gonna leave space so I can go around it. But that's beside the point, right? So apart from these 4 pieces, I also have 6 pieces of block pieces that I have cut. These are gonna be corner and middle pieces. So let's just get started so you can see how I put this together quickly and easily. I am using screws that are 2.5 inches because I want to make sure that the screws are going to be long enough. And I'm just going to start by putting 1 block on one end like so, lining it up at the corner. And I'll tell you why. I could do this without using the block pieces, but I'll tell you in a minute why I am choosing to do this. So I'm going to put 1 screw. There we go. And then I'll put another one here. Okay. Now, I'll put this out of the way. And this one, I am going to put 1 at the corner too. And this is how I do it. I just line it up so that the bottom is flush and the side is flush. Just going to flip it to get the screws in. Now, if you're going to use your planter box like I am going to use mine, you don't need a bottom. But if you are going to put it on a deck, then you will need to put your bottom in. Okay, I am going to go to the other end. So I'm taking 4 screws with me, and I'm taking 2 block pieces. And I'm just going to do the same thing here. There we go. I left my drill. Okay, let's get back my drill. And I tend to leave my knee pads or my kneeling pads behind too. Talking about knee pads, I do have knee pads. I should use them. Okay, come on. You screw your doll or something? Okay, there we go. Now one more. Now this is the easiest way I have found to do planter beds or planters. And yeah, I should have mentioned, I basically am just using wood that I found around. I didn't go out and buy anything specific to do my planter box. If you want, you can. You can go out and buy yourself cedar. You can make it look as finished as you want it to look. I want it rustic. It's going to be outside here in the garden. Now that I have the block pieces on the side pieces, I'm just going to raise this up just like so. I'm on a bit of a slopey. This one doesn't need to be up yet anyways. But what I'm going to do right now is take my short side and I'm going to screw my short side to my long side. I'm just going to rest it on top of this to make sure it's square. There we go. So now all I'm going to do is screw it in. When I am done doing this, I'll just take you closer so you can see what I did here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now I am going to go ahead and do this side. Let's take you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. I have this piece under here. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to just line this up like so. Yeah, there we go. And come over back here and the reason why I'm wearing my gears is because we have black flies in the countryside. There is one of them on my thing right now. And so they eat me alive if I don't wear this thing. And then I have my pants in my socks. Although they do bite you through your socks sometimes. Sometimes they get in your clothes, you wonder how they do. Okay, so I use rough-sawn hemlock to do a lot because it's cost effective and it's also pretty durable. As I was saying, you could do without the block and just screw wood into wood. However, you know what? My wood here is a bit, this one, it needs to come up. It's too low. Oh, I'm gonna have to change my battery. Yeah, I need to raise this. Yeah, like so. Yeah, there we go. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta change this battery. So, let's just go ahead. There we go. And now, I'm gonna screw this bottom one in. Yeah, we're good here. Now, this is the piece that's going to the other side. Okay, so we are gonna do this side the same like we did the other side. I think I should come out. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Just gonna hold this up just like so. Square it off and screw. There we go. I still have on my jacket, although it's the 22nd of May, because even last night it got down to -4. So today started out very cool. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2 screws for the other side. You design and decorate indoor and outdoor, right? Yeah. Yeah. Now my wood is a bit twisty here because it is rough-sawn hemlock, right? So I'm gonna have to twerk it a little bit. Oh, come on. To get it to where I want. So it was cool this morning, but it's getting warm now. So pretty soon, there we go. Pretty soon I'm going to be taking off this jacket. These pieces I have at the sides. You could go ahead and you could add 1 or 2 more layers of this. I am going to measure to find the middle. That's 35 inches. It's right here. So I'm gonna screw this in right here. Oh, okay, that's good. And then I'm gonna put another screw at the bottom. Just gotta make sure. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Yeah. So that's basically the planter box. Okay, so the main reason I use these blocks, it's not to get the box. Well, it makes it easier to get the box together, but the main reason why I use them is because I want to put brassicas in this bed. And if I put brassicas here, then it will give me, it will be more convenient for me to just drape a net or whatever I want to drape over it to protect the brassicas from the worms and such. The planter is still sitting on the edge. There we go. Burnt it out. This is quite a big piece. I can use this for something. Yeah. Yeah. It's been on now for a couple of years, so it has actually helped to get rid of weeds. So what I'm going to do now is get some cardboard.